is John Mertz, beside him Michael Arms, John Hall, Roy Pickford, Jim Smith, Harry Richards, and Emil Huszar on the bench. The same group with Alan Reed in the blue shirt, and on the front
in the lower left-hand corner is Randy Smith, and then Alan Smith, and somebody else. I don't know who it is.
The same 1974 summer, it was in July, a sailing outing to
across the other side of
Pelican Island. Michael Arms opening up the refreshments.
This is in Alan Reed's boat.
Alan Reed's Highlander.
Quite a motley crew.
Yeah, in the transom of the same boat, from the left, Roy Pickford with beard, then Archibald
with camera,
John Hall in the red jacket, Emil Huszar in yellow jacket, Alan Reed is skipper,
and then it's Johnny Mertz
and Jake Van Smeeden. And some of the birds on Pelican Island. Mm. 1974, start of the handicap regatta. The handicap group usually started after the Enterprises. And we see a few fireballs in the foreground here, and the Highlander just starting.
Behind the
old committee boat. 1974, on a committee boat, Jim Smith. Alan Reed and John Mertz, 1974. 1975, Collingwood's trailer.
Beautiful leaves.
Beautiful picture. This is in the clubhouse in 1975. From the left, social gathering. From the left, there is
Radney Merz facing, and then
Peggy Hall standing.
And the lady sitting.
This must be Dory Richards.
And I don't know who the young person is. It's Klaus Postma is standing. And I don't know who the other young person is.
This is at the Archibald's trailer.
We have Charlotte Alms by the cornflakes box, and we have Michael and Kay Archibald.
Archibald standing in the red jacket.
And in the white hat, that's Ian Crocker. And at the barbecue, we got Joe Johnson, and it looks like Bill Archibald.
And this is Nan, Kay, and Bill Archibald at their trailer, 1975.
Cooking up a storm. I can see the smoke coming out of the old barbecue.
These are the Enterprises on the beach, 1975.
This is preparing for the summer games at Long Lake. These were the introduction of the 470s to Saskatchewan, and the Alan Smith checking his boom under the guidance of Laurie Olinius.
And Jim Smith.
Oh, Jim Smith up there fiddling with the bow end.
This is in the clubhouse, an evening gathering. Peggy Hall in the white
sweater. Dory
Richards. Jim Smith in the red jacket, and behind him is Jack Archibald.
Always a place for lots of good conversation. In the background in the cupboard, you can see some artwork from Peggy Hall. There still remains a lot of Peggy Hall's artwork in the clubhouse, and it's enjoyed by many, many people.
1975 in the clubhouse. From the left in the yellow shirt is Jim Ferguson. In the foreground is Dolores Reed chatting with her dad, Bill Singbush. And in the shirt with the red stripe is Diane Ferguson. 1976, work weekend, Jim Smith with the
Bobcat. Moving rocks.
clearing the beach.
More rocks being moved. You see some other members in the club, Jack Archibald with the rake, and that's Merv Erickson in the plaid pants. Looks like Don Smith with his blue jeans on. Can't see what the other people are. Don Smith, who's that in the striped? Don't know. And Merv Erickson.
Merv Erickson and Jim Smith
That's enough.
driving the cab. Raking the weeds of the lake.
This used to be a constant job every weekend, cleaning the beach, cleaning the weeds that had drifted in over the past week.
Another important activity, Biffy moving in 1976, the famous CN2 holder.
The $8 CN2 holder.
Margie Gilmore, 1976. 1976, Ellen Reed presenting the Laurie Orinius, presenting to Laurie Orinius and his crew.
That's Duff Robinson.
Duff Robinson from Prince Albert.
Prince Albert.
And Commodore's copy. 1978, Dolores Reed and John Mertz right beside the clubhouse at Redberry Lake. The potluck supper line up. Volleyball after supper, 1978. Bill Archibald there in a red cap. And the rest of the kids.
Looks like a threatening storm, Emil, coming out of the northeast. Seen lots of those.
Yeah, beautiful picture of the beach. This is 1978. Jack Archibald with Gordon McCauley after a potluck supper. 1980, Laurie Olenius with one of the very first hobby cats in the background. 1980, National Enterprise participants.
Too many to acknowledge them all, Emil.
1981, Clubhouse from the beach. You see how high the water level is. 1981, the first Hobie 16 catamarans. 1983, barbecue near the clubhouse. From the right in the blue pants, it's
that's Felix Olaredo.
Felix Oterello. Right beside is Dennis Solosi and some of the other club members. 1983, young sailors taking part in a junior program. Maybe we should mention their names.
Okay.
Right from the back in the blue shirt is Daniel Gomprich, Todd White, Louis Oterello in the white shirt.
And down in the red pants.
Red pants, Roger Bristol. Right beside him is Ken Bristol, Stephen Huszar, Tim White, and in the blue shirt is Johnny Oterello and Vic Jurio. Very same group of kids. The committee boat beached. It's not beached, it's up on a lift. 1985, juniors taking part in a Learn to Sail week.
Looks like they're being towed home.
It's Abigail Gomprich in the blue life jacket. blue jacket on. I don't know the other kids.
This was the
1983.
annual burning.
It's a beach bonfire.
Right. We used to clean up the beach every year, and then we used to burn all the old wreckage that we found and all the old trees that we used to drag out of the bottom of the lake. Now it's beautiful sand.
Then Archibald at the beach in 1983. (1984) reunion at the Smith's place. From the left, Jim Smith, John Mertz, Michael Arms, John Hall, Emil Huszar. 1985 sailing school. In the blue shirt, Stephen Huszar and Darcy Reynolds. The same group of junior sailors in a sailing school. Mike with the sunglasses, their instructor, he was from the east. Stephen Huszar and Travis Reynolds, with Darcy Reynolds and Ken Bristol in the foreground. I don't know who the girl is with the back. And Stephen Huszar and Darcy Reynolds sailing a laser too.
More laser tubes.
More laser twos in the
Boats on water.
in a junior sailing program. These are in 1987, a group of boys, young sailors. From the left is Jeff Mayashita, who was a friend of J.C. Barrett in the green shirt, Roger Bristol, and right beside Roger is Victor Jurio in the yellow shirt, green shirt Stephen Huszar, with the red cap is Ken Bristol, and in the blue shirt on the right hand side is Todd White. The same group of kids are rigging up their
Sailboards.
new sailboards. Kids are sailing sailboards, the new craft.
I don't know whether it's all good, Emil, to sail those things rather than to sail a real boat. I hope they're not learning a lot of bad habits.
In the foreground here is the fastest television personality in town, Dale Heath.
Dale Heath, right.
The 25th anniversary out at Redberry Lake in 1988 July. Mike Stoneham in the green shirt. Some of the participants of the anniversary get-together and lining up for the potluck supper. With his back to the camera is John Mertz and Walter Gumprich in a blue shirt and some of the other guests. Here on the foreground with the sunglasses on the left is Peter Innes. Right beside him is Elliot Berman in a blue shirt and Vince Matthews, one of our old members, and Jerry Greenblatt is in the foreground on the right hand side. Some of the ladies, Diane Ferguson,
Candace Heath
in a dark blue suit, Sue Barrett in the background. Dale Heath on the left hand side, and some of the other participants. Ellen Reed, Dolores Reed. It is Annie Charco and Paul Charco, our
benefactors for many years.
Benefactors, good friends of the club. A group of people, Mrs. Berman in a yellow shirt, and Diane Greenblatt, Jerry Greenblatt, Peter Innes, Elliot Berman, and Jackie Innes
With her back to
with
the
her
camera.
back to the camera. Jim Ferguson on the left, the anniversary Commodore,
Right. Looks like he's had an extra glass of wine by the looks of it.
and Agnes Huszar in the foreground, and Jack Howard, the tall person in the
past
light
Commodore.
blue, the past Commodore in the light blue shirt. And Martha and Gus Hurio looking into the camera. And on the front here is Betty and John Burry.
Full-time members?
John is was one of our charter members. Vince Matthews and Mrs. Matthews with Dale Heath. It is Karen and Jay.
Across from her husband, next to her husband, and then across is Alan Reed in the green
Yes.
sleeve.
Paul Charco in the foreground. There's Anne Charco in the background, Lisa Huszar. And the group of people here from the left is Wanda Bristol, Terry Eckersley, and in the red shirt is Eberhard Fass, Ursula Reynolds, and Frank Bristol. Here is Paul Charco, Agnes Huszar, Emil Huszar, Lisa Huszar at the background, and Annie Charco. Group of guests having dinner. Michael and Orvin Stoneham in the foreground. This anniversary group of kids from the left.
Isn't that the same group
This-
of boys that we saw on the steps farther back?
Yes,
Growing up a little bit.
grown up a little bit. And standing from the left in white is Stephen Huszar. Standing on the right is
With the red
Travis, with the red cap is Travis Reynolds. Sitting from the left is Ted White. No, it's Todd. Todd White, Victor Churio, Danny Gomprich, and Ken Bristol. And in the foreground in the yellow shirt is Roger Bristol. And this is the alumnus, the group of the
Older members?
older members at the 25th anniversary.
Not necessarily the charter members, because
No.
there's some people there that were not charter members, but one of the older original members.
And maybe we can call their names off. From the left is Vince Matthews and Mrs. Matthews on the front. And
To Stoneham.
Orvin Stoneham, right beside her is Ivani Mertz, Karen Reed,
And Charco.
and Annie Charco, Ariane Mertz,
Mertz.
John Mertz in a white shirt on the right-hand side. Beside him is Paul Charco.
And behind
And
is
behind
Agnes.
Paul is Agnes Huszar. And at the back, in the green shirt from the left, is Michael Stoneham. Behind him is Ellen Reed, Emil Huszar, and John Burry.
And you missed Dolores
Reed.
right in front of Emil Huszar.
Right.
there, right.
And this is sunset at Redberry Lake.
One of the thousands of sunsets of Redberry Lake, and they cannot be surpassed by any other sunset.